Hey guys, welcome to my video. Today I'll be showing you how to get max stat builds in just one day of playing Destiny 2. If you have any questions about any of the steps shown in the video, leave a comment in the description below and I will reach out to you as quickly as I can to help you understand it better. Also, this should give you an idea of what you can achieve by doing the same steps over multiple days because there's no limit to what kind of builds you can make. So you can go crazy with the ideas you have in your head once you understand the fundamentals of how I make my builds. Today, I have all the loot I got on my Warlock through about 8 hours of playing the game. This, I think, is the most important part because this is where you start sorting your loot. You choose what's good and what's bad and what you want to keep or what you want to delete. In Destiny 2, there are 6 different stats: mobility, resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength. Depending on your play style or what you enjoy using, this will determine what kind of armor you keep and which ones you choose to discard. One of the most helpful stats in PvE and PvP, in my opinion, is recovery, which is the amount of time it takes for your health to regenerate after you stop taking damage. I think it's good because it allows you to re-engage in fights quicker, which means you do less hiding and waiting and more fighting. I know there are a few exotics and subclasses that help regenerate your health instead, but we'll leave those build ideas for a different video just to keep this simple. Now, if I want to be able to get 100 recovery build, which is the maximum amount of recovery that actually adds an effect, any of the stats, if you go above 100 on them, you don't get any better results from it. So I'll first look at mods I can equip that can increase my recovery. I could either use the generic ones that come with the armor, or I could use the ones that come through subclasses. For this build, I'll use all 5 generic mod slots on each armor for recovery, which would net me about plus 50 recovery. So all I need from my armor pieces will be 50 recovery. So that means 50 recovery from plus 10 mods. 5 of them give me 50 recovery, and 50 from the actual armor pieces will give me a total of 100. Only 4 of the 5 armor pieces roll with stats. The class item does not give more stats unless it's masterworked, so this means the recovery for all 4 armor pieces should add up to at least 50 to get the result that I want. So what I do next is I start looking for armor with about 12 to 15 recovery for each slot. So if I have 12 recovery on my helmet, 12 on my gauntlets, 12 on my chest piece, and 15 recovery on my legs, that will be a 51 recovery setup from all my armor pieces. Obviously, it doesn't have to be these exact numbers, but the closer it is to those values, the higher your chance of actually getting a total of 50. So now I know what kind of armor I'm looking for, and I'll open all my engrams and check my loot for the day to see if I have any options. So once I've gone through the pieces and I have the pieces that I want, I just have to upgrade the energy on the pieces I want to use, so I'm able to put in the recovery mods. And right there, I have 100 recovery set up immediately. I didn't need to masterwork the armor. Something like this would really go a long way in helping you farm for other things because, like I said, you're out there fighting more and you're not just hiding waiting for your health to regenerate all the time. Okay, so moving on to the next step of sorting the loot that I have. If I want to add to my max recovery setup, for example, I don't just want to recover quickly. I also want to be able to strafe quicker or take a little less damage or use more grenades, get my super quicker, get my melee charge quicker. I would start looking for armor with 2 stats that I want as opposed to just one like I did before. So in terms of the stats that I would choose to go for next, I'll explain that in 2 ways. First, I want you to notice something about how armor is made in Destiny 2. The top half of stats is always approximately equal to the bottom half. This means if you kept a lot of high recovery armor already, then the rest of the stats will be in the bottom half. So choosing one stat in the higher half and one in the bottom half makes it easier for you to make a build, unless you get a different kind of RNG and you just get super blessed. So for this example, I'll choose either discipline, intellect, or strength to match with the recovery that I already chose before. I mostly use discipline in PvE and intellect in PvP, so the stat distribution that I look for is usually something like this: armor with a lot of recovery and a lot of intellect or discipline. So we'll do a little bit of math again to be able to figure out how this would work. If I have 4 armor pieces with at least 15 recovery and 15 intellect, that would net me about 60 recovery and 60 intellect. I could add 4 recovery mods to my 60 recovery to make it 100 recovery. That leaves me with 1 mod slot. So I could have 1 intellect mod added to my 60 intellect to make it 70 intellect. Right there I already have a really good build for PvP, because max recovery with a lot of intellect gets you places in PvP. If you want to get closer to the 100 intellect and 100 recovery build using the same method, this will depend on your RNG or a little bit of masterworking. If you have enough materials to masterwork your armor, this gives an additional +2 to all your stats. And like I said before, you can also masterwork your class item to get an extra +2. So this means for all 5 pieces, +2 would earn you +10 by masterworking. If you have 15 recovery and 15 intellect on all your armor and you masterwork all your pieces including your class item, you get 70 recovery and 70 intellect. Then you can add 3 recovery mods, which is +30 recovery to your masterworked armor to get 100 recovery, and 2 intellect mods to get 90 intellect. And now you're a lot closer to that max build. You just need a little bit better stats on the individual armor pieces to actually get 100 and 100. Alright, so that's pretty much it. That's the process I go through when I'm trying to make builds. If I'm just going for 1 stat or if I'm going for 2 stats to max them out at 100. For 3 stats, however, I usually go for targeted loot farming. I'm going to discuss that in a different video coming up. If you guys have any questions about what I said so far today though, don't forget, just leave a message in the comments. Let me know what you need help with and I'll do my best to respond to you as quickly as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though. I hope to see you guys in the next video as well. Stay positive, stay safe, peace.